It's me, Albatross. Welcome back. Sorry it took so long to get the rest of this video out, but a lot going on today. All right, here we go. Finishing right exactly where we left off.
Pictures or anything like that. And, before you even said that, just based on my, the little knowledge that I have, I just didn't want, anything identifying, where I'm at and so on.
Exactly. And it's so easy to just zoom in. It's so easy to go to a background, go to a reflection in the mirror. I take so long to post all of my posts because I make sure that I'm that safe.
Yeah, I can see in your glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, and this is why I say there's so much that goes into this, and there's so much that goes into social media. There's so many online dangers from the video games to Xbox. Boys think it's just another dude that's trying to come in and we're trying to talk about this game. And you have no idea that this is a trafficker that is trying to lure you in through video games. Next thing you know is, hey, I can get you this big video game. Hey, I will send you an Xbox gift card just because, you won that game. It's all you. They use this. And there's usually kids sitting there and their children recruits are getting all the information that they need to come to you and do what they need to do, whether that is on Halloween night during trick-or-treating to say, hey, I have some huge candy bars. You should come over here with me and check this out. Or, hey, I heard you were the guy on the Xbox game. Come over here real quick. I'm going to show you.
Like I said in my last video, to those of you who don't know how it goes in the United States, on Halloween, if you are on the registry, the offender registry, you are not allowed to walk on the streets on Halloween night. No, you're not. You are not. You are supposed to be in your home and let the children have peace and go trick-or-treating. That is a rule. I'm not saying that they follow it. I'm sure they don't. But that is a rule. They are not allowed to go walk around on Halloween night. And that's why, because of what Allie is sitting here trying to tell people.
This game I got in the car. All they do from there is chloroform, which is a drug that knocks you out cold in a matter of seconds. They put it over your mouth and over your nose, and you're passed out and you have no idea where you are. This is a scary thing to think about, a very scary thing to think about. But this is something that, again, the education of it, when we, high school, college, y'all know what I'm talking about when I say sneaky links. You know what I mean? Which is now another word for what we used to call something else that I won't say. And when it's sneaking around or when you have nude videos or nude pictures going out, those things are photoshopped. They're taken. Parents, when we post things on...
Right, okay, yeah. And listen, if you have children, I used to, put pictures of, my nieces and nephews and stuff. But, I haven't in a long time, in years. And that is because, we are in the age of AI now. And they can literally take pictures of your children that are online and use AI to turn it into something vulgar and horrible. Using your children's faces. So, I don't put no pictures of any child I love online, and neither should you. And I know that's hard for all those Facebook moms and everything out there, but I'm telling you, you are really gambling with your child's image when you're putting it out there. I'm just saying.
Our platforms, and when it's our kids, they're taken and they're used. I'm very careful with posting my kids, whether it's my dad's kids, whether it's my nephew. I'm just very careful with it. If I see somebody watching in a weird way, it's automatically down. You know what I mean? If it does go up, but then I have a blocked off account for personal. Anyone who knows me personally and I know them personally and I can acknowledge that they're there and why they're there. And it's a lockdown account. But there's so much that goes on social media. And I just think that if you are going to be on social media, please be careful. Please understand those dangers. Please understand what you're putting in your videos and know what you're doing, because there's so many people watching you and nothing is ever taken down from the internet. I don't care what delete button
it's forever.
you think that you hit or how many times you deleted it and took it out of your phone, it is not gone. What is on the internet is on the internet forever. And it really isn't going to go away. Another thing is children recruits, like I said. I was a child recruit where when I was 12 years old, I had to go do what a trafficker told me to do. So
and this is what they do. Like, this is how they get, like, victims to stay quiet and everything, is they literally groom them to be complicit and to bring more people in. And because I see a lot of people that judge, like those girls that were on TV talking about Epstein. Like, I saw a lot of people judging them, saying, well, you were doing it too. You were doing just what Ghislaine was doing, and this, that, and the other. Yeah, because they were literally groomed to do that. Okay? They were literally groomed to do that. When you're stuck in a situation where you're someone that powerful, that rich, has that much backup, you know what I mean? Like, you're kind of stuck in that situation because it's like no one's going to believe you, no one's going to listen to you, and it just, a lot of people don't understand. It's complicated. It's not just, it's very complicated. It's not just a matter of, of why would you put someone else in that position after what you went through. It is complicated. That's why do you think that 9 times out of 10, when someone is hurting a child, 9 times out of 10, that person was themselves hurt when they were a child? It is a vicious cycle. It's designed that way to bring more people in, to trap more people.
An older man who would say, hey, I need you to go help me take 2 girls. And if you don't help me take 2 girls, you're going to be punished. You're going to be in trouble. And by in trouble, things, really, really bad things would happen if I didn't help him. So he would say, I need 2 girls. I need you to go up to these 2 girls that are walking around the park by themselves. And I need you to say, you're looking for your mom and you can't find them. Can they help you? It's easy as a caring kid. You're like, yeah, of course. You know what I mean? Of course I want to help you find your mom.
Kids' guards are down when it comes to other kids.
Yeah.
They're not thinking,
There has been many, like, serial killers and kidnappers that will, like, literally use children and women to, like, disarm their victims, to make their victims trust them and come with them. Because, for some reason, we, like we see women and children and automatically think that, like, we don't assume that they're there to trap us. You know what I mean? That's why they do it this way. That's why they do it this way. It's very sick and calculated. It's very calculated.
As parents, you teach your child don't talk to strangers, but you make it known that adult strangers. But
right,
like you said, it's growing even more where traffickers are using children.
They're adapting.
Teenagers, 14, 15, 16.
Younger. Yeah.
So
yeah.
You're not.
Halloween is the worst.
Yeah.
When they dress up little kids like you, they will find out, in your games, everybody posts, like, what are you going to be for Halloween? Traffickers sometimes will post these questions to find out what are you going to be for Halloween so they can come into the area and switch you out with another kid.
Right. Wow.
And from there, your parents see you, they're walking with their friends, they're enjoying their time as well. You guys are trick-or-treating. Your mom sees you go up to the driveway, but she doesn't see you go behind that little nook area of a porch, and you're switched out with somebody who's dressed just like Ariel and someone who's dressed just like Spider-Man, and then mom doesn't know which way you went. And for her, she kept seeing the costume, so we're okay. Walking a few doors up, and it only takes 2 seconds for something to happen.
Right.
Yeah. And I think everybody thinks, it can't happen around me. It doesn't happen over here. It happens everywhere, under everyone's nose, in broad daylight sometimes. And this is something that we, just have to, again, plan for and be ready for. I want to tell you guys that unless it's a birthday present, there is no reason to keep a secret from mom, dad, your family. At this point, people play on that when they tell
Exactly.
you, don't tell your parents something, or if you tell your mom or dad that I told you that I was going to touch you, if you told your mom or dad that I told you I was going to give you free candy, it's a secret. And if you tell on me, then I'll kill them. Don't ever let someone threaten you to the point that you can't open up to your parents, because at one point they're going to need something from you to be able to save your life if something happens to you. I know as teenagers we get into this point where our parents get on our nerves, you know, and vice versa, y'all. Like, I'm telling you right now, I've learned so much being older. I'm not that much older, but I've learned from being older, and I know that they get on our nerves and we get on their nerves, right?
Yeah.
But we get into this point of they're getting on my nerves. I don't want to talk to them. I'm going to hide this from them. And then you get into the situation where you're mad at someone and you don't know how to calm down.
Yeah.
And from there, you're into a situation and someone says, don't tell mom, don't tell this. And if you tell, I'll kill you. If you tell, it's your fault. If you tell, this is all going to come down to you, and your mom's going to hate you. Your dad's not going to talk to you ever again. That's not true. Open up to your parents, even. And I know some of us are like, I can't be that open with my parents. You know, we are all raised in different households, different cultures, different ways, but there's always a connection and always a bond that you can have with your parents.
Mm-hmm.
To talk to them and say, hey, there's something going on. I don't know how to say it, whether it's writing it down or kind of spitting it out. Don't be scared of those threats. Tell your parents immediately something like that, even if it comes out as a joke, even if you have to laugh it out. So-and-so said they were going to kill me if I ever told you this.
Right.
Excuse me, what? You know what I mean? At least you can get that out. Don't ever let someone put you in a place where you're keeping secrets from your parents, because those eventually...
And I just wanted to say something. Like, from experience, like, it's not always, like, obvious either, right? I remember when I was little, I went to a church, and there was this guy, this adult man there, like, in his 40s or 50s or something like that, but he had, like, mental health issues, and, he lived with his mom and everything, and him and his mom would come to church. He had this thing, like, where the little girls that, like, had to use the bathroom, because he would always stand out in the foyer, like, he would never come into the the sanctuary where with the pews and everything. No, he would hang around in the foyer. And anytime, like, a little girl had to go to the bathroom in the middle of church, I was one of those little girls. We would always have to walk by him to get to the bathroom. And in the foyer, it, like, was separated from the sanctuary by double doors. So, like, once you were in the foyer, the people in the sanctuary didn't really see what was going on in the foyer. And I would go to the bathroom. This happened multiple times. And he would stop me in the hallway. It would just be me and him. And I was little, like 5 or 6 years old. But I'll never forget it, because it was so crazy and weird. Like, as a 5-year-old, I'm like, what is going on? What is this guy doing? He would, like, stop and, like, hold and touch my hands and, like, play with my fingers and, like, start breathing real heavy, and he stunk really bad too. Oh my gosh. Him and his mom both, they stunk so bad. But that's not the point. But, like, it was so weird and wild in my 5-year-old mind. I'm like, why is he looking at my hands like that? And it's like, I would literally go to walk away, and he would grip my hand and wouldn't let me go and keep me there and just, like, look at my hands and play with my hands. It was so weird. It's something I'll never forget. I mean, and like I said, it was just my hands. He didn't do nothing else. That was it. It was just he would play with my fingers and hands. But it is something I had never forgotten. It was something that scared me, and it's not something that's obvious. And, like, it wasn't just me. He did this to all the little girls. And there was this one girl in particular he did it a lot to. And I always believe to this day he did more than just play with her hands. Because she would come back, like, from the bathroom sometimes, just, like, so sad and like, ashamed and embarrassed. Like, and I didn't articulate these emotions then. This is from me remembering. Like, from my memory, that's it. And so I'm just saying that, like, and I told adults. I told them. They didn't do anything. So, this is why awareness needs to be spread. Because it's not enough just to tell one person or two people. You got to tell everybody. Because at the end, and I love my dad. I mean, you know, I don't think he realized how scared I was. But, like, and in the end, it ended up being my uncle that confronted him and his mom about this. He confronted them about it and said that he would, I don't remember. I don't know if he threatened to call the police. I don't know what he threatened to do. But he confronted them, and that did, like, put a curtail on it for a while, but it started again. Like, you know, I don't know. It's weird. It's something I've been thinking about, like, a lot lately, and it's just, like, as a child, I had no clue, like, it was just so wild to me, because, like, I didn't even know, like, what a pedophile was. I didn't know what sex was. I didn't know what none of that was. All I knew was this weird guy won't let go of my hand. He's sitting there holding each individual finger. His hands are shaking. He's breathing heavy. And I'm just saying that even things like that you think might be harmless they are not harmless. I can tell you from experience, I've never forgotten that. I've never forgotten how it made me feel, how scared I was. I have never that man, I used to have nightmares from that man. Like, I would have a nightmare that my parents would, like, make me spend the night at his house and stuff. Seriously, it was horrible nightmares I had about this man. And that was something small. Like, he didn't actually touch me, like, quote unquote. I mean, it was very inappropriate. But I'm saying, like, to someone who just walked by, they might not think that it's a big deal, or someone hearing about it, it's like, well, whatever. It was just your hands. But if something that small, and I was very young, if something that small scared me that bad, I even started to feel scared and uncomfortable talking about it. Like, I haven't talked about this in years. So, like, I'm telling you, anything like that is weird and it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And yeah. It's unacceptable. I've rambled on too long. I'm going to have to use this video, put this video into 3 parts, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, I just wanted to say that because I know most people think that it's going to be obvious or something like, come here, kids, come to my car and stuff. Like, it's not always obvious like that. It's small things like that are huge red flags. Okay? Huge red flags. And, you know, I still to this day think about how much it bothered me. That girl I was telling you about, that he did it more to. I can't imagine, like, because she ended up having so many problems as we got older. Like, so many problems, like, behavior-wise. And I remember, like, even, like, the adults would talk about her, like she was just a problem, like she was just in the way and always causing issues. And even I'm sure I thought of that as a child. She got on my nerves. But looking back on it, it's like, why wasn't there one adult who got, like, infuriated by this? Like, not one. And there was good people there. My parents are good people. But it's just like, this is what's frustrating. It's like, it's got to be so blatantly obvious to people. And even then, they find ways to, like, it's just frustrating. It's frustrating. Because children should not have to go through things like this. Children can't articulate what is going on. They can't articulate why it's weird, why it's wrong, why it makes them feel uncomfortable. But if a child comes to you and says, so-and-so is doing this and I don't like it, Even if it seems small or insignificant to you, listen to that child, because you don't know like how much it could actually be affecting that child. That's all I wanted to say. Okay, guys, thanks for listening. I'll be back with the rest of this video, and I promise I'll just let it play through in the third part, so that way, you know, you don't have to listen to me and my big mouth. Okay, thanks.